warrior, let's talk about Saturn. I am not talking about the planet. This is a social media app, Saturn, spelled the same way, Saturn, that seems to be the new rage all of a sudden, and everybody's talking about it, all of the high school kids. Let me give you a little history and why it is so important that if you have kids or grandkids, you talk about Saturn. Saturn, let's start with the history first. This story given to us is in 2015. Two Connecticut high school pals developed an app, and the app was so they could exchange their school schedules, their activity schedules with their friends and keep it all, in sync. So everybody knew where everybody else was. It would be easy to track each other, meet up, have some fun. Now, that was 2015. Fast forward, these two young men have gained a lot of attention. They have gained tremendous backing from the likes of Ashton Kutcher and Robert Downey Jr., as well as Jeff Bezos, and have multi-million dollars behind them. All of a sudden, because the app has been around, but all of a sudden it's been launched across our country. And many, many high school students are using it. Now, here's the problem. Don't just say it's another app. We are constantly fighting for some sort of big tech accountability. If you're going to promote something to children and teens, at least have some safety warnings, have safety measures, put in place age verification, identification. It has to be done, warriors. Saturn, sound the alarm. You can sign on. We have tested it several times, many different warriors. Nothing more than a name, false age, put in a school. And it opens up schedules for hundreds, if not thousands of students across the country. What we tested and put in a school will open up to the entire school, whoever is on the app. That means there's no true verification. There's no due diligence. There's no double checking. And this Saturn app, backed by these Hollywood bigwigs and people like Jeff Bezos and others, what are they doing? This is a predator's paradise. It has to be stopped. I don't believe, as our group was discussing this all of yesterday, because we have many different coalition groups across the country and private groups, and we keep each other aware of information, that it was responded, well, I'm not sure if they know what's going on their app. Come on now. I'm here just to tell you, be a warrior. Talk to your teen specifically. It's flooding high schools about the Saturn app. Take notice. Talk to them. It is opening up. For instance, if your child puts, I'm going to, football practice after school, a predator can have access to that and the school they're in. I'm going to a dance class. The predator will have access. Once again, we have to bring to everybody's attention how big tech does not do their jobs, how these people, in whether it's Hollywood or Jeff Bezos, investors giving multi-millions of dollars to expand the Saturn app, to grow the Saturn app. Big tech accountability is failing. I ask you once again why it is so hard to protect our children. I ask you once again why we have 6 current bills pending in Congress, bipartisan. I like to always throw that in because we're not about right, left. We are about protecting our children. And whether that comes from the right, the left, or somewhere in between, that's what we do at the Warriors. So always keep that in mind. Why our 118th Congress can't get one bill over the finish line? So I advise all of you, let's learn more about the Saturn app. The kids don't know. They've grown up in a bubble, the social media bubble. It's our duty. It's 2023. Please go to lynswarriors.org for more information. Please go. It's simple. Go on my Twitter. Go on my Facebook, where I'm posting about Saturn. Just read about it. Go to our great friend, our colleague, Chris McKenna, protectyoungeyes.com, the best nuggets of tech information available to you for free. Read about what he wrote about and is saying about Saturn. And let us come together. It is back to school time. I believe schools are starting this week in some states. Here in New York, we don't start for another almost 4 weeks, 3 weeks, I'll say, after Labor Day. It is imperative that you take action. The Saturn app. Get with the program. Join me. And always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your comments. I'll admit, I'm one warrior. I'm always behind on catching up and posting things, but I'm doing my best because I want to do the heavy lifting for you. I'm pretty tough, and I want to be there for you. If you have any questions or comments, you can always write to me, lynn@lynswarriors.org. Please always follow us on Twitter. It is always necessary. I don't care if it's one new person a day, that we have one new warrior so we can spread this information. So join us. I made it simple. Lynn's Warriors, you can't forget. And each and every day, remember, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being interested in this subject matter, being interested in what is now the #1 crime in America. It is not drugs. It is not arms. It is child sexual exploitation. We focus on children, but it's of all people, vulnerable people. And who are our most vulnerable? The kids. Get on board each and every day. We thank you. Be a warrior.